All right, guys. So I'm going to give you a quick crash course on actually how to set up an event on Eventbrite, and not just set it up, but actually make it look great so that more people show up to your events. Okay, so bear with me here. I've never done a quick crash course on Eventbrite on video before, but this is kind of the way that I do it, and I find that most people can learn how to set things up in Eventbrite, but sometimes maybe they don't know how to create a nice graphic for their event or kind of come up with a cool name or description and things like that. So that's what I'm going to kind of go over in this video. So first and foremost, you're going to have to create an account on Eventbrite, right? It's free. So create an account on Eventbrite for yourself for a couple of reasons. One, guys, we want you to start hosting your own events. Like if you're part of our Alliance Group EXP family, you probably hear us talking about agent attraction and building an organization. Part of the way you do that is by adding massive value through events, right? Whether they're educational events, social events, client appreciation events, no matter what it is, you want to actually become good at doing this. For instance, just this past weekend, Jennifer Encarnacion did a buyer seminar event that was a packed house, and she crushed it, right? How do you do that? Well, part of it, you got to set up an Eventbrite. You got to set up a place for people to register an RSVP so that you know who's coming to the event. And especially if you're doing events where you're having somebody sponsor food and things like that, you're going to want to get that commitment from people to RSVP. This is where you do it. So you create an account here, and then you'll see at the top here, it says create event, okay? You can create an event from scratch, and it'll take you to this screen here, okay? And it'll have you start crafting an event, okay? I'm not gonna take you through a brand new event. You can go through it. I'm gonna actually show you one that's done, but just so you can see this, they're gonna ask you for the event title, and basic info about the event, who the organizer is. You can actually set up different organizer profiles. So it could be you set up your first profile and it's just you, your personal name, but you can set up, for us, we got the Alliance Group, we got Debt Agents. Look, I got like 5 different profiles here. This one's for the Alliance Group, but I was president of the Jewish Chamber before I was doing events by the Chamber. So you can create profiles for whoever you want to be the host or organizer of the event. In this case, we'll do the Alliance Group. You tell the event location, the date, and then just takes you through a step-by-step process on how to create that. I'm going to go to an actual finished event. Okay, so if you go to the top right where you should have uploaded your picture and it's your account, you've created the account, you go down here to manage events, and you can see events that are currently live, that are coming up, that are live. Right now, I only have one live event, but I can also look at my past events. There's 44 past events. So I've done this a lot, guys. So these are all events done in the past that you can see here, but I'll just go to the one that is currently live and published, which is my Game of Homes, Lunch and Learn, Death of the Agent, Rise of the Real Estate Entrepreneur. So I'll kind of take you through that. So I'm going to go to edit so we can kind of see what it looks like in the background, so I can show you some key things that I want you guys to focus on. Okay, so one is the event title. So I think it's important that whatever you guys do, you think of something creative, something that attracts people. I obviously used the very gimmicky Game of Homes and a Game of Thrones, and then made it into Game of Homes, right? It just something catchy. People say it all the time now. Oh, Game of Homes, it's a thing now. It's a brand. Another example is, I had the lender, Home First Lending, come in and do a presentation. So Javier Rivas came in and he was going to do a presentation. And we could have named the event, Lending 101 or, Lender Basics. But there was just something that wasn't exciting enough about that for me. Like, I felt like if you package it better, more people will show up. So I called it Making Money Moves, the art of, lending, or whatever you decide, but make it a nice, cool package, presentation, brand for your event. I believe more people will show up. Obviously here, the location of the event, that's all in there. You will fill that out in those other screens as you go along, right? I have the date of the event, the time that it's going to be from beginning and end. And one of the main things I want to show you is the actual graphic. So I find that sometimes people are just uploading whatever, but I think the graphic makes sense. If something looks cool and professional, it just looks better and people want to show up. In my case, You know, we have that green screen studio in the back, so we have this really cool, like, you know, actual throne from Game of Thrones that I put in the back there. You don't have to get that fancy. I knew I was going to do that lunch and learn over and over again. I wanted to create something that gave it an awesome brand, and that's why we created this. But for you guys, we can create something on canva.com. So that's where I created this. Look, I designed my business cards on it. I do presentations on it. You can create logos on it. Canva, CANVA.com is a magical place, and it's free. I still can't believe it's free, but it's free. Okay, so here's what I want you to pay attention to. Right here below this graphic, it tells you what the recommended size is of the graphic. You ever look at one of these events and find that it's cut off, the picture's cut off? That's because you didn't make it the right size. So it's very important you do make it the right size. So you see here it's 2160 by 1080. Okay, so I'm going to go to Canva now, and I'm going to show you how to make a quick graphic on Canva. So go to canva.com, CANVA.com. Okay, I've done a ton of designs on this. Okay, so what I want you to do is when you go here, you can go, you know, it'll ask you what you want to do. So there's so many different types of things you can do. You can do media stuff, presentations, posters, logos, you know, banners, you know, my email banner. Look, you can do a Facebook cover. They already have it's already sized for that. I haven't seen a size for Eventbrite in specific, so I'm going to show you how to do a custom size, right? So remember, the custom size was 2160 by 1080. So if I create a design right here, when I click create a design, it says custom dimensions. So 2160 by 1080, and then it's going to create that design. So now this is sized exactly for the picture that you need in Eventbrite. And what's cool is, if you look on the top left, there's already templates. Like, oh, look at all these cool templates that you can do for an event, you know? So most of the time what I'll do is I'll just pick one of these templates and I'll just design, you know, and I'll just add to it. So I might, you know, obviously I'm not doing an event about meats, right? But, you know, I might like the layout of this. So I click this and boom, I've got now this layout, and I can make it my event. I can replace these pictures with something else. Matter of fact, they have stock photos you can use, but let's say, you know, I was speaking and then Gil was speaking at this event, right? So I might put both of our pictures up on there. Now, what's cool is you can use stock photos that they provide you here if you want to fill those gaps, if it's kind of a more general thing, but they also have uploads. So these are all things that I've uploaded for people's events. This was a woman empowerment event that I helped one of our downline create the other day. So he sends me the picture, I upload them, I include those pictures. Soto Commercial Group, that's something that, you know, I'm starting in the office, a commercial division. So I made it, we're working on a logo for that, right? But let's say it was something that, that Gil and I were speaking at. Let me see if I can find. So here's a speaker picture of Gil. I can just take this and drag it over here. Boom, boom. Look at that. I could take my picture and drag it over here. That actually looks okay. And I can crop, right? You can just design, spend time doing this. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but you know, if I press crop here, I can move this a little bit. If I want to, hey man, I kind of want to show my hand moving right there, and then done. You know, whatever, I can move that around, okay? So that's how you do that. And then obviously you can, you know, adjust the text, you know, we could do profits in your pocket. You know, that's Gil's lunch and learn. So you see, you start to craft that, and then as soon as it's done, you just go up here to publish it. You want to download it, boom, and you download it as suggested as a PNG file. That's a high resolution file, and you can put that into your Eventbrite. So that's how you do it, okay? You can see some of my designs in the past. I'll just show you a couple of the ones that are done. You know, this was the one that I did just for our partners up in New York the other day. They needed some help with this. So, you know, I just took an existing template and I added the pictures he gave me, and boom, it just looks so much cleaner, guys. I'll show you one more and then we'll get out of this thing. So see another one that there's a profits in your pocket that I did for Gil up in New York. Here was our coffees for closers music video release party. So here's something that I did for an event that we were doing, and you know, it looks pretty cool. And all I did was take one of their templates and adjust it. I think the template is down here. Look, I took this template here, this one here, and I made it look totally different, right? I just like that template because it had 4 squares. So I used that template and I adjusted it and I made it look like this over here. So you can do the same, play around with this, guys, but make sure your graphics are good. I think it's going to help your events. And then finally, your description is important. You know, get people excited about why they want to come to the event. Let them know why they would attend the event. So you know, this particular description, you know, is decently long, but it doesn't have to be this long. But in this particular case, since it's a lunch and learn, you know, I went through it, you know, and you guys can kind of read what it says. You know, just getting into real estate and want to know what it's really like. Want to learn before it's too late how you must think if you're going to make money and build wealth in real estate. We're excited to bring you Game of Homes, Death of the Agent, Rise of the Real Estate Entrepreneur, presented by Dead Agent Society. Lunch is provided by Celebration Title Group. So I try to, right at the beginning, tell them why they want to be there, what's cool about it, you know, and also that, you know, oftentimes I say it's free, you know, like that's an important thing. People want to know it's free and that lunch is provided. And then in this particular case, we like to explain, like, what are you going to learn when you come here? Like, what value will you get out of it? So I did that. This is what you'll learn. And then sometimes you put about the presenter. So, you know, I'm assuming that, you know, a lot of people won't know who I am as a speaker, so I will put that in there. But remember, you can use this for social events. You're not going to have what you're going to learn at a happy hour, right? But you're going to, you know, make sure you think about this description, not just be like happy hour, 5 to 7, see you there. You know, you say, you know, happy hour, you know, at the Citrus Club on the 18th floor, sponsored by, you know, Celebration Title Group. Come network with, you know, passionate hustler agents, you know, and get people excited about going to your event. So that's what I would say there. And then if you keep scrolling down on after you write your description, you'll see that since remember before when you did your organizer profile, if this is under Dead Agent Society, I've already built my profile and it automatically puts like what the Dead Agent Society is because I have that on my organizer profile. And then over here is where you do the kind of tickets that you do. You can, obviously I made them free tickets. I made 45 tickets available so you can see how many tickets you know, you have available for your event. You can obviously, you know, increase or decrease that depending on the size of your venue. And then you can choose to make this a public event, which means that everybody on Eventbrite can see your event and potentially attend, or you can make it a private event. Right now I've got Game of Homes as a private event. You know, it's really specifically for new to newer agents or any agents that really want to jumpstart in the business. To be honest with you, I think there's value in it regardless. But I don't necessarily want somebody who's not even an agent just to walk in because I want to save that room for people. So I make it a private event. But just so you know that if you make it a public event, then it actually will reach other people, but allows you to have an organizer page with that event on it. So as long as your event is public, there's actually a link in your organizer profile. I'll actually show you that link that will actually take you to a menu of your events. So if your events are public, it'll give you one place to do it. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to go into Celebration so you can see what it looks like because they actually have all their events public. So if I go to Celebration Title Group, Eventbrite.com, you'll see their organizer page, and you can set this up for free yourself. So if you have more than one event coming up, you can put all the events in here. So look, this is their organizer page, and I can see all the events that they have for this month right here, right? And you can do the same exact thing. So just wanted to take you through that quick crash course, and in particular with the Canva, because you know, that's what you know, a lot of people asking me to help them craft the look of the invite. And this is where I do it right here in Canva. I already showed you how to do that. I hope this helps you guys, and I hope you guys get motivated to start setting up events. You know, Les Brown says you don't have to be great to get started, but you got to get started to be great. I believe in that through and through. The reason I know how to do this is because I did it shitty the first time, right? And I did it a little less shitty the second time, and then a little less shitty the third, and then eventually I started getting better at it. And by no means an expert, but I think this will get you started and on your way to doing events. I hope this helps. I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.